technologies, what comes to mind? Yes, anyone? Technologies, what comes to mind? Oh, I should mention names.
So please mention names.
Yes, Steve.
This technology, to my understanding, is the use of ICT tools to enhance work.
The use of ICT tools. Thank you. Any other person?
Michael,
Yes, Mike.
yeah, the technology is also an ICT means or using computers to process work faster and easier.
Okay. So it appears that for Steve and Mike, when they hear technology, the only thing that comes to mind is ICT. But technology is quite broader than that. But the word in itself came from a Greek word, which is techne, which means to do. So technology means our English people will tell us it is an action word to do something. However, in our field, just like Stephen and Michael has said, it is the use of ICT tools, information, communication, and that word itself, gadgets to enhance work. And by enhancing work, I am not saying or I am not using the word loss. Because when people hear IT, what echoes in their mind is job losses, but that is not true. So, Unit 1, how can we enhance teaching and learning? What ICT tools can we use to enhance teaching and learning? Right, so like your model rightly places it, the term technology is widely used by any and everyone. Even our biologists make use of it, our medical doctors use it, even underground mining, they make use of it. Wherever you find yourself, technology is at play. So it is not only for educationalists, but everyone. The sole aim or the sole goal is communication, transportation, learning, manufacturing, or in production. And my personal favorite, securing data. Then, of course, we can also use technology to scale up or down businesses. By scaling up, expanding the business. By scaling down, maybe you've decided to open some few branches elsewhere, or you've decided to sort of divide your workforce into units. So scaling down. But that is not all. There are a whole lot of things that technology is doing for us. And fortunately for us, we are proud of it. That is why it is here. But technology has evolved over time. It has gone through some form of evolutions. It has gone through some form of growth. It has gone through some form of changes. And we can put these changes into four main phases. What we first refer to as the pre-mechanical era, pre-mechanical era, somewhere around the 3000 BC. But of course, people said it lasted or existed somewhere within the 15th century. But of course, there were no kinds of telecommunicated devices. However, there were some form or some sort of tools that people believe or people think were sort of different. So they found something different from what they had. So they called it technology. Then we came to the mechanical area, where Charles Babbage and co. created in some form what we want to call a miniature of a calculator. In the Blaise Pascal, who even came with what they used to call the Pascaline, the mechanical calculator, typically more or less like typewriter. These days, mostly you see them around the courts when you are going to do affidavit and so much, or things like that, or you are going to swear an oath. That's when sometimes you need them. And this era self, they are sort of on the rise because of the trend. And what is the trend? There is a lot of recruitment going around. People want to change their date of birth. People want to update their records. People want to tell us that, okay, their names are this, their names are that. People want to tell us that their date of birth are this or that. That is when typewriters are mostly used. And like it or not, they have played their roles. And our commissioners of oaths are still using and enjoying them. Then where we are right now, or some people want to say where we just left, but we are still there, the electronic era. The electronic era. And this era started after the First World War, or within the First World War. The thing is that we cannot place an actual year on it because at that time we have different world powers. All of them had their own creations. However, they were hiding it. Hiding it from who? Their rivals, their competitors. Because at that time, the element of surprise was key. People had nukes, but of course, they were hiding it. They didn't want their um, should I say superpowers to know, or even their peers or their colleagues in arms to know about it. In that era, the first computer that was created was the ENIAC. At that time, they said it was high speed, but today it cannot compare to a normal Nokia 3310. That is, if it is still in this world, Nokia 3310, if it is still there. But of course, the United States Army was using it, and they made a whole lot of success from that particular ENIAC. The good thing about it is that it brought them victories. And for this ENIAC, the defining moment was the development of vacuum tubes. And that vacuum tube was actually the brain of the computer, what today we refer to as the control unit. Some people want to call it the CPU, but the brain of the computer is actually the CPU. And the vacuum tubes can be equated to the CU of today. Because just as the vacuum tubes was the brain then times, now our control unit is controlling and coordinating everything, even though it is not in charge of the calculations. For calculations, it is the ALU. Then where we are at the moment, or where we hope to get to, the digital era, the digital footprint, where whatever you do will leave a trace. As soon as you turn your data, somebody knows where you are, because for some of us, our locations are always turned on. The bad thing is that if your location is not turned on, your digital or smart TV would not be able to respond to your phone as its remote. Neither will your smart TV respond to your phone as its remote. Neither would your other IoT devices also respond to your smartphone as its controller. So like it or not, that location is very, very important, very, very crucial to all our IT equipment in our home, even your lighting systems. Those of you who have lights that respond to our smartphones and electronic devices, like it or not, they need the location to be able to do that. So right after the 1980s, when IBM decided to go to the homes rather than belonging to the rich in society or state institutions or private institutions, decided to give or put personal computers into the hands of individuals. We had some form of evolution. People want to term it as the third industrial revolution. But the most important thing is that at that particular time, ordinary human beings could procure to go to the market and buy a computer for themselves. And it was fun. It was nice. Until, of course, they started losing out. Other players in the market came in. So IBM decided to sort of move into the mainframe and give out the home to or surrender the home to the mini or micro computer to HP and the likes. HP, the Dells, the Toshibas, and even today's Toshiba has even sold itself to another party. So they go by another name now. So basically, this is how computers have evolved over time. Even the digital computers has also evolved over time. It has come into what we refer to as the is it 5 generations. It has also evolved through 5 generations of development or of phases where the defining moment has always been about the computational processes or the computational processor. Right. Now let's look at educational technology. So how does technology influence education? The answer is simple. What we are doing right now is one of the influences of technology on education. I saw some people in their homes, on the comfort of their beds. I saw some people in their singlets, in the comfort of their rooms. I think I even saw somebody eating. I even saw somebody eating. So that is how convenient technology has made education. Gone are the days that you would have to wake up early and take your bath, then go and look for a means of transport to get to wherever your class is supposed to take place. Sometimes you get there, you are late, or the classroom is full. You have to stand at the back and you don't even hear anything. But today, wherever you find yourself, all you need is the link, whether dressed or undressed, whether eating or not. So like it or not, today the technology has made education very, very simple. So technology can be a tool, and technology can equally also be a tutor. Technology can also be a tutor, which we'll all look at. Then, of course, we also have people who have specialized in educational technology. So we refer to them as educational technologists. So as for them, they have trained themselves in the field of educational technology. So what do? They try to analyze, they try to design, they try to develop, they try to implement. Then, of course, after implementation, they try to evaluate whether whatever they have created is doing what it's supposed to do. So people have trained themselves, they have gone to school, spent time, spent money to learn how to develop these things for you and I to be able to enjoy. Some of the technologies that we use for this include projectors. We also have our laptops, our smartphones. So I realized your smartphone was not there, but in my opinion, it should be there. Because should right now my laptop go off right now, I am going to switch to my smartphone. And for most of us, our smartphones are even more stronger than our laptops. The only problem most times is the UI, the user interface. It is sometimes too small to display a lot of items, but that is why it is called a smartphone. And if you need something bigger, then your best bet would be a tablet, or you go and look for a 12 or 13-inch laptop to buy. But once the name is laptop, there's laptop that it is. Right. We have several domains. So who is making a group call in the group? So who are those making?
Humble King, please. You are making a group call in the group.
Hmm. Right. So first time things will always be like this. But the good thing is that we are all learning. We are all learning. But who knows that WhatsApp can also be used for presentation? Just that the numbers will be limited. And you can even share your screens and things like that. So for your normal small group discussions, WhatsApp can be used for that. And it is even quite or more efficient, well, in terms of size. And you can easily control what happens than this. Then when it comes to data, which sometimes can be a bit of a problem to most of us, WhatsApp will actually use less data than this. So WhatsApp is also one of the technologies that you can use. Technology, an application can also be classified as a technology based on what it is supposed to do. Right. So for educational technology, we have several domains. One is what we refer to as computer-based training, online learning. For instance, Code has what they call the smart campus. Mhm. And I think that one of the interfaces was posted on one of the platforms, and it was Guy. Mhm. It was Guy. Right. Another domain is instructional technology. We spoke about educational technologists. This one is instructional technologist. Then our ICT also here, learning technology, multimedia, technology enhanced learning TL, then computer-based instruction, computer-based training, CBT. We also have the computer assisted or computer aided instruction, then internet-based training, web-based training, online education, digital education, collaborative. One of this is at Ashesi. Once in a while, they go around organizing programs. Then there is also distributed learning, computer mediated communication, computer mediated. Then cyber learning, multimodal instruction, virtual education, personal learning environment, network, virtual learning, VLE. All of them, most of them are learning platforms. The good thing about most of this is that they are ubiquitous. Mhm. Ubiquitous. And when we say something is ubiquitous, it is available just about anywhere. Most times, what you need is the URL, and you are good to go. Once you have the URL, you can easily join. Just like this class, without a link, you cannot join this class. Without the link. The link is what we call the URL, Universal Resource Locator. Right. So these applications that we have mentioned, some of them include the class crafts. So you can Google most of them, compare them, and see how they fit in. Some of them are designed for kids, some are for adults, some also for professional staff. So something like Adobe Spark, something like Adobe Spark for professionals. What do you use it to do? You use to create subject-specific videos. So you can decide to create videos on IT, videos on education, or videos in cooking, anything that is of interest to you. Then you go and create a Facebook and a YouTube channel for it. Put it there. It will be generating traffic for you. You get enough traffic, then you get to get some small coins from either Facebook or YouTube. Right. Any questions? So if you have any questions or I say something that you don't understand, you can put your hand up and we address it as we move on. Then we also have the seesaw. Its job is to sort of facilitate communication between parents, teachers, and admins. And the website is also there. Then my personal favorite, Google Classroom. Google Classroom. I think I've created a lot of classes for most of the courses that I teach. Let me see if I can show you some so that it will not be like so. Google Classroom. So let me share that screen rather. Right. So you can see, right?
Yes, sir.
So these are some of the courses that I teach, and I use Google Classroom to sort of manage them, giving exercises, assignments. Sometimes I even forget the deadlines. But once I put them here, forget about it. Google will always remind me, and Google will also remind them. So all of this, and I think I have also archived some, those that I've completed. So all these ones, I've completed them. So I have archived them. But this one is only on my work mail. I think there's also another one in my personal email. But this is how it works. And this is how it works. You can use it to manage all your classes, and it's pretty smart. For most of us that are quite busy, you don't want to forget anything. This guy is yours. This guy is yours. So let's go back. And you can try some too. For normal discussions. You can try some too. There is also YouTube for videos. You simply type YouTube and you start doing whatever you want to do. And then there's also the Nearpod for virtual reality, creating the resemblance of a place that you are yet to visit. Then the Vintage is also there, where you create your own infographics. What do you want to present? Information, data, or knowledge? It is there. This one to for kids. Science 360, they are for normally blocks. They are also blocks. Then we also have Canvas. This Canvas has come to mobile phones, and our ladies are making excellent use of it to create images, create posters, and what have you. It is doing quite well. Then as assistive technology. By assistive, it is simply providing a help. So maybe you have a disability. Technology can come in to sort of help you. Technology can come in to sort of help you. Should you find yourself at the University of Cape Coast, you can go to the Sam Jonah Library. They have a section for these group of people, and there are a number of assistive technologies there that are helping them. Either speech, voice, or even. Well, when you go there, you see all of them. Let me not say it here. Right. So, like it or not, technology has played excellent roles and is still playing wonderful roles in education. And right now, what educationists want to do is to send technology into the heart of the classroom. It's to send technology into the heart of the classroom. So institutions are racking their brains day and night trying to find ways that technology can sort of help, and by helping improving their delivery. Yes, Ima, or it was a mistake. Right. For me personally, technology helps me in diverse ways, especially preparing of
Hello.
slides. Yes,
Yes,
Emmanuel.
thank you very much. Please, I wanted to find out, say, are you going to have are you going to have opportunity to have a practical for this IT in education, please?
Practicals on
Technology in education.
technologies like
Like, I mean, what you are, I mean, and what you're going through with, and with us now, are you going to have practical on it, please?
yes, we will do presentation, but however, what I do is whatever practical thing we meet, we will see it before we move on. Is that okay? Just like we
Okay,
went to the
please.
Google
Hello,
Classroom
sir.
and yes,
All right, thank you, sir.
yeah,
Actually,
yes, binding. Binding, if your network is not good, then turn off your video. It will become better. Or you can reposition yourself. Right. So whatever practical thing we meet, we will do it and then we move ahead. However, if you feel there is any practical that we might do, you can also draw my attention and we'll see how best we can do it. But to set a day aside for practicals, that would be far-fetched. Right. So I was saying that for me in particular, I use technology every day. Right now, I am using technology. When it comes to my slide preparation, technology. And even for this particular course, I think there are slides on it. I have plenty. I think I have slides on all the units. Mhm. I have slides on all the units. I think I got it from my boss and it's still there. So maybe from next week, we'll start using the slides. And slide preparation should also be one of the skills that as IT students or that as students who are learning IT should be able to sort of prepare easily. Right. When it comes to you as well, technology should be able to grant you easy access to learning materials. The way a non-IT person searches for information should not be the same as you. So there should be some form of variance. Then the way an IT person or you communicate with, let's say, Meta AI should be different from how someone who has not done IT communicates with Meta AI. Why? Because you have paid fees and you've been to class, you have been taught. So you should at least always put your questions or queries in context and not leaving it for AI to be second guessing. Then, of course, knowledge sharing. We are all from different parts of GH, but we have all met here because we want to share our ideas. The beauty about IT is that nobody knows it all. It will surprise you to know that as we are here learning, somebody sitting somewhere is making a discovery. And somebody here can bring that discovery to our notice tomorrow, or even right now. Someone can post it in the group, and life goes on. Then, of course, learning aids, audio and both visual, all of them can be brought together. Is that okay? The good thing about IT is that if there is something you do not understand, you can simply go to YouTube, type that thing, and there will always be somebody out there willing, or there will always be someone out there who has done something similar before. Then your area, distance learning, distance learning. Those days when we used to do distance learning, when we are tired, what we do is we rename our devices into reconnecting. Then we are gone in those days. But I think right now people have evolved. So I am sure by now you have new tricks up your sleeve. But the good thing is that people are benefiting from it, and you can also benefit from it. Another personal favorite of mine is record keeping. This meeting is being recorded, which means that tomorrow you cannot come and say you were in class when you were not here. Mm. Elsewhere, attendance will be tied to whether you were present here or not. And even sometimes, while the class is ongoing, they deploy online polls. And so you just be there and it will pop up. And within some few seconds, it will go off again, which means that if you are not paying attention, you won't see it, even though you were here. So, like it or not, people are always thinking on how to improve technology, make it better for everybody. But just like every coin has two sides, technology has its own limits. First is inappropriate content. For those of you who go and download anything that is downloadable without records to who are the developers, or without reading about it, you will launch that application and you see a lot of inappropriate contents, all of them being ads. And most times, you will not even get access to that application until you have accepted some bullshit. Until you've accepted some bullshit before you can. Then, of course, violence can also not be discounted. Another limitation is disconnected youth. What do we mean by a disconnected youth? You can have students in a class, and for the entire duration of the class, they won't be talking to each other. They will be on their phones 24/7. So we say such students have disconnected themselves from the world. They are now living in utopia, on their own island. Then, of course, we also have the cyberbullying trap. Cyberbullying trap. There will always be that guy who will always like every post that you post out there, even if it is not nice. Even if it is not nice, he will always like it. And the thing too is that there is no way of monitoring. There's no way of monitoring. The least you can do is to block people from, or block him or her from viewing. But for most of us ladies, it is the viewer that we are interested in. What we are interested in is the trolls, the attention that it gives us. However, we are not interested in the repercussions. Mhm. Then, of course, there would always be cheating. There will always be cheating. These days, you go to WASI centers and you hear rumors like, oh, so and so students were caught with smartphones, even in an exam hall. And just on the news too, was it last week or last 2 weeks? We could all bear witness to the fact that some youths decided to go and beat up one of their teachers because he did not allow them to copy. And they had to arrest them, put them before a court of competent jurisdiction, and they even sentence them or find them. I think it was 2,000 or 3,000 or 4,000 or so. But they mentioned the amount. I just wasn't paying attention. But that is the decision of the court, and there's nothing you can do about it. But like it or not, technology has also enhanced cheating. It has made people into, should I use the word cyber fraud? If there's something like that. Then, of course, the method distraction. Students can be in class and they'll be chatting. Students can be in class, their attention is on WhatsApp. There's nothing you can do about it. So, like it or not, these are things that you have to be wary of. If you are fond of that and you are interested in whatever you are doing, I am sure you will create time for it, because people always create time for whatever is important for them. So basically, that is unit 1 for us. Any questions on unit 1? If no questions, you should be able to state 5 reasons and 3 limitations for using computers, especially for teaching. You should be able to state 5 each. Then section 2, integrating technology into teaching and learning process using the TPAC framework. Using the TPAC framework. So,
Sir, question.
please go on.
Please, during one of your lectures, you made mention of block when it comes to the domains of the technology. So I wanted to ask, what is the block?
Block. Michael.
Sir.
Block.
Yeah, block.
In domains of technology.
Yeah, you made mention it like when you were mentioning YouTube, Vingage, and all others.
Is there any other person who remembers that particular sentence?
Sir,
Yes.
I think it was when you were defining or talking about the 360 signs or something like that, and you made mention of block.
360 signs.
Something like that.
Hey. 360.
Science 360 video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That platform.
Yes, please.
360. This one. Okay. Blog. This one.
Yes, sir.
So a blog.
Yes, sir.
You know, when you said it, my mind went to the BLOCK. Right. So when you say a blog, it's just a page about a subject. Is that okay? Maybe somebody's subject or somebody's life. And let me see if I can get one to show you. Because I once created one, just that I hardly use it. But you can create your own personal blog for a particular topic or about your life. Yes.
Is it like the blog we see about this social media personalities and stuff.
Exactly.
Okay.
I think that thing. Let me find it and show you. But don't confuse it with the page, like Facebook page or Twitter page. Don't confuse them. Okay. So Google Forms has one. Right. So this was something that some time ago I did. Something that some time ago I did. But interestingly, I don't like the first page. It's the second page that I always liked. Yeah, this one. And they are even free. They are even free. So say blogger. So all you have to do is go to blogger.com. Like here. Then you start creating. Mm, you start creating whatever you want to create. They will host it for you for free. Oh, okay. I've done some before. So it's still here. Long time ago. And so this used to be one of my favorite quotes those days. And it's still there. So you can manage it, remove things, add things. This one, 8 time has passed. So I'll find time and come and modify it. So that is a blog. Blogger. Any more questions? Please. Right. So let's continue. So the TPAC framework. TPAC is just an acronym for technology, pedagogy, or pedagogical content and knowledge. So technology, pedagogy, content, and knowledge. TPAC, an acronym. Tech, pedagogy, content, knowledge. Is that okay? Right. So what does it do? It simply describes knowledge that teachers need in order to teach technology. So what knowledge do I need to be able to teach technology? That is what the TPAC framework does. What knowledge do you need before going to teach your students, especially with respect to technology? Like it or not, technology has brought different variables. Technology has brought about different things. Gone are the days that we even, well, some places they still have blackboards, but in some advanced countries, now what they have is smartphone. You go and a teacher is writing on a smartboard with his hands or using a pen or a stylus. That is how far we have come. So we went from chalks, then we went to marker boards. Now we are on stylus or digital devices. And like it or not, the future is bright. Future is bright. So yes, you have to sort of know how to use technology to be able to get something out of it. Mhm. So we'll look at each of these things one after the other. We'll take technology, we'll look at it, but we've already spoken about it, so just briefly. Then we'll look at pedagogy. We'll also look at content. Then, of course, knowledge. Without all these things, if you have the knowledge, you don't know how to carry it out, wahala for you. So this is a diagrammatic representation of how it should be. So it's a pack framework. Mm, it's a pack framework. So three circles: pedagogy, knowledge; content, knowledge; technology, knowledge. Then, of course, just like Venn diagrams, in between our TK and CK, there should be technological content knowledge, which is also a field on its own. Then there should also be a technological pedagogical knowledge. Then, of course, there should also be pedagogical content knowledge. Then our framework right in the middle. So what this tells you is that you need to have knowledge on each of these things. All these things, you need knowledge on all of them. So you can simply go to tpac.org and you get knowledge on the 7 domains. Now let's look at these things one after the other. These 7 domains. One is technological knowledge. And for technological knowledge, that is where I am comfortably sitting. And when we say technological knowledge, we are referring to knowledge about the computer. And that is when they will start titling you with the fact that whenever you take a computer, it is made up of hardware, software, lifeware. And they'll go further to tell that whenever you take a hardware, the hardware can be classified under or into 4 or more subcomponents. They tell you input devices, processing devices, storage device, and what have you. That is what we refer to as technological knowledge. But of course, that is not all. You also need a bit of knowledge on networks. You also need a bit of knowledge on this evolution that is currently moving or floating around. You need some bit of knowledge on artificial intelligence. Why? Because today, before you cough, whatever you were thinking about, somebody already has it out. Just before you sneeze, whatever you are thinking about, another person has already said it. Why? Because today the distance between you and your problem, or the distance or the solution between you and your problem, is the distance between you and your mobile phone. So TK covers the ability to adapt to learning. Learning what? New tech. Then number 2, content knowledge. When we say content knowledge, we are referring to the subject matter. We are referring to the subject matter or the discipline, or in our case, the course. So what content knowledge do you have about fundamentals of IT education? That is what we are referring to. Then number 3, PK. PK. And this PK is not previous knowledge. It is pedagogical knowledge. And this refers to the strategies and methodologies that we use in the teaching. In teaching what? The content knowledge and the tech knowledge. So having tech knowledge, having content knowledge without knowing how to sort of lay it out for your students to understand can be quite problematic. matic. Then pedagogical content knowledge. And like it or not, we need some form of effectiveness in the teaching. And we need some form of effectiveness in the teaching. So what PCK simply means is that go beyond the content experts. Don't just talk content, add some live scenarios. Add some general occurrences or some case studies to it. PCK, that puts you above the content knowledge. So in this, I would like to liken it to knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge and wisdom. The ability to apply knowledge to a problem is what we refer to as wisdom or witty. Then number 5, technological content knowledge. And for technology, we now talking about content and knowledge. For technology, what we know, what is new. For content, we're interested in what you know about tech. What you know about tech. So, practical example. The computer does a lot of things. And one of the things that the computer can do is sort of how we can sketch geometry, how we can sketch shapes. So the computer will give us a lot of shapes that we can play with, how we can construct simple standard shapes. But we can also link them together. We can also put them together. We can also play with them. Then TPK, number 6, the technological pedagogical knowledge, where we want to look at the existence of knowledge. We want to look at the components of knowledge. We also want to look at the capabilities, of these technologies that we use in our learning. What is their upper bound? How can we understand these tools that we are using? And most importantly, how do we choose the best tool? And how do we know this tool will solve this problem for us? And practical example of that is these days, most institutions have stopped using register to check attendance. What we now see are BVDs, biometric attendance systems, and they are doing quite well, if not the best. They are doing quite well. And we also have chat rooms these days. Right. Then the last one, the 7th one, technological pedagogical content knowledge. Now we are bringing all of them. We are bringing all of them. What are we bringing together? We are bringing technology, we are bringing pedagogical, we are bringing content, and we are also bringing knowledge. So small. Like people say, tiny drops of water makes a mighty ocean. So for you to deliver, you need an understanding, you need a representation of all of these 4 components. And like it or not, each of them have or has a role to play. For instance, pedagogical techniques will make use of that technology in a constructive way, in a way that when they are listening to, they may not be tempted to sort of fall off or sleep off. So, bottom line is for TPCK, you need to make sure that you understand it. You understand it. So, you can go to etipac.org and read more about it. one thing that I would want you to put at the back of your mind is that all these things are necessary in today's Ghana, in today's educational system. And like it or not, people are using it. So should you refuse to use it, you're on your own. The world will still move on with or without you. So what did we look at? We looked at CK, we looked at CK, we looked at PK, we also looked at PCK, TCK, TPK, and the final one, PPCK. Any questions? All right. That section. Yes, Steve. Steve. Oh,
Okay.
yes.
Please, in the TPAC, this thing, the abbreviation, I think they introduced A. What the pedagogical this thing is PE. Where from the A?
Yes. The pack framework, they introduce A. So one school of thought. Hello. Right. So one school of thought says that T for technology,
Yes.
PA for pedagogical, C for content, K for knowledge. One school of thought. Is that okay? Another
Yes,
school
sir.
of thought says that we just want the thing to make sense. We want it to rhyme with the people that are supposed to use it. We need it to sort of rhyme. And by rhyming, we are saying that it should make sense. Is that okay? Because if it doesn't make sense, why should people learn it? If it doesn't make sense, how are people supposed to keep it in their head? Is that okay?
Yes,
So
sir.
just put at the back of your mind that the A is not any separate component. It's not
Okay.
any component. We just want it to make sense. Any other question? Yes, that's me.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please, can you go over the PK again, please?
PK.
Yes,
Are you referring to the PK as previous knowledge or PK as pedagogical knowledge?
pedagogical knowledge.
Right. So when we say pedagogy, we are referring to methodology, the approach. Is that okay? The
Yes, please.
methodology, the approach.
Okay.
How do you teach certain things? Everybody has a way of delivering. Everyone has a way of sort of introducing his or her teaching. So what is your
Yeah.
approach? What is your method? Is that okay?
Yes, please.
Right. Any more?
Thank you.
Right. So please, once again, technology for the tools, ICT tools that you intend to use, then content, knowledge about the subject matter or knowledge about even the IT tools that you are going to use. You should know how to use them. Pedagogy, what methodology do you intend to deliver? Then knowledge, right? So I'll also leave the self-assessment 1.2 for you to go and look at your PK, TCP, whatever. There are also some objects there that you can play around. Right, then let's start with the most interesting parts. Computer as an object of study. Computer as an object of study. An object. What is an object? Yes, anybody, what is an object? Yes, Emma.
Okay. From my knowledge about object, I understand object to be a material or something that you can touch.
Something that you can touch. A material. That is fair enough. Thank you very much. So something that you can touch, a material. So that is a computer for you. The computer can be an object. And by being an object, it can also be a thing. Just a minute. Right. So sorry about that. So the computer is an object. In fact, an object of interest to all of us. In what people will call person of interest, we see it as an object of interest. Just a minute. Yes, sir. Okay, okay. Right. So sorry about that. Unfortunately, I'm supposed to have another class from 11:30. 11:30. Wait, let me confirm because I think that one is 12:30. You would have to forgive me, but because today is the first time, I need to make sure everything is in order so that we prevent them from happening. Okay, so 400. Thank you, but it's not here. Mhm.
Hello, sir.
Yes, madam.
Yes, I think it's true. We have it up to 11:30.
It's up to 11:30.
No, it's 2
So
hours.
is it 1 hour? But we
We
started
started
at
at 10:30,
10:30.
so we close at 12:30.
Yeah,
Pardon?
please.
Pardon?
I just checked.
We'll close at 12:30. It's 2 hours.
Sir, please, you're supposed to close at 12:30.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It
it's
is
12:30
12:30.
instead. Sorry.
It's 12:30, not
Yes, that's what I
11:30.
mean.
Yes, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. 12:30.
But do you have any class before this one?
Yes.
Okay. And that one itself is just 1 hour. Wow. So I was one who wrote the wrong time. Right. So while we wait for Sammy to get back, let's continue. Right. So the computer as a tutor, the computer as a teacher, the computer as a lecturer. And for the computer to function as a tutor, it needs to be in a specific area. For instance, the computer can be a programmer. And by being a programmer, it simply writes codes. And these days, most AI applications are good in virtually everything. They are good in virtually everything. All you have to do is ask. Maybe initially they'll try giving you some mumbo jumbo. They'll try telling you that, okay, to do this, you have to do that. To do this, you have to do this. And that is also because we've not placed it in a context. Is that okay? One beautiful thing about the computer being a tutor is that most of the time it is based on a certain decision. And these decisions are normally, or they normally involve the use of conditional or conditionalities or conditional clauses or conditional statements, whichever you want to call it. Practical examples are the if then statement or if else statement or the while loop or the for next. All of them are what we refer to as conditional statements. So they will only be executed after a certain condition has been met or is met. So do you think it is possible for a computer to replace a teacher? Raymond, what do you think? Oga Raymond,
Yes, sir.
do you think the computer can replace a teacher?
I think in a very near future, yes, but um, let me put that in context.
Okay.
So, just like doctors today,
Mm-hmm.
uh, now doctors are no more doing surgeries, and then they allow computers and robots and AI system to study how to do the surgery, and then they
Yes, I
do
mean,
that. You get it? So in the near future, in a classroom, a present teacher there might not be feasible anymore. Yet we will need programmers and people behind to be able to
okay.
program those computers to do such a work or take up
Can
such
we
a
make
task.
it from 12:30?
Pardon?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. Don't worry. Yes, great. Thank you very much. And I'm glad you
Yes,
placed
sir.
it in context because context is key. Context is key. And the fact remains that you and I do not know what will happen tomorrow. In 2018, we woke up and realized that AI was born. Well, in Africa, especially in Ghana, that was around the time that we realized that AI was a thing. But before then, everything was manual. So we do not know the future. The possibilities are also endless, but it is possible. With what we are seeing, it is possible. So you just have to brace yourself in readiness for whatever is to come. Somebody will say, what can come, can come. But in the interim, what are you doing for what can come, can come? So you have to prepare so that you will not come and say, the computer has taken my job. Of course, you may be displaced, but job displacement is different from job loss. Put that at the back of your mind. Then also the computer can also function as a tool. A tool for what? Make the class useful. A tool for what? Statistical analysis. A tool for what? Super calculation. A tool for what? Word processing. A tool for what? Spreadsheet processing. A tool for what? Presentation. So like it or not, the computer can play diverse roles by being a tool. The computer can also be a tool for committing of mass murders. Just like we saw this month when the United States decided to go into Venezuela to go and kidnap the president. It is computers that first went in. And that is why for most of the time we didn't see a lot of combat. For I even want to believe that for those in the towns of most of them did not even know what was happening because computers were already there as a tool for what? Surveillance. So already the tool was there, the tool has done its work. All the soldiers had to do was to move in and capture. That is why we didn't hear any cry. So yes, the computer is an excellent tool. Then the computer can also be a tool for information. Today we live in an information age. Turn here data, come here data, go here data. Like it or not, things are changing. Things are changing. And for us, this change is what we expect because the change will actually make things work. The change will make things work. So vast amount of information comes with responsibility. So be careful what you put out there. Then the computer can also be a constructional or a constructive tool. And what is a constructive tool? Manipulating of information, visualizing one's understanding, mind mapping, creating new knowledge. Then, of course, the computer supported international learning environments. All these are constructive ways or constructive tools that the computer is impacting our society. And for what? For good. For good. Why is it good? Because we students can make use of these constructive tools to cooperate with one another. At the end of the day, we sort of generate new knowledge. And when new knowledge comes, it means your project work is born. Oh, just a minute. Sorry. Three to four on the timetable. Let's see. Okay, 3 to 4 I'll be free. So let's put it there. Thank you too. Right, so sorry about that. Yes, another personal favorite of mine is the computer as a situating tool. or computer as an AI. And what is that? The computer now has a way of creating virtual realities. Something that is not there, the computer will put it there for you in a form of what it calls 3D and 4D images. And sometimes it will make you feel as if you are there, but you are not there. Gone are the days that when we construct aircraft, we put people inside to crash air to try them. Or when we construct spaceship or crafts, we put people inside to test them. These days, in a computer where they test them. So no more human beings. And I remember those days when you put a human being inside, you would have to give the human being plenty money. You would have to set the human being's family up for life. But today, who is coming to set a computer up? Nobody. If you go and you crash, you crash. If you go and you come back, you are back. And everyone goes home happy. So the era of virtual reality is actually booming. Just a minute. Sammy. Should we make it every day? I'm asking if we should make it every day, but either way, we'll talk about it on the page so that it will be like everyone is on it or is in on it. Yeah, so thank you. 3 to 4. Right, so yes. So like it or not, VR is booming. Virtual reality. There is also what we call augmented or argumentative reality. They are also there. They are also doing quite well. I think that one makes use of glass prisms or something like that. Then the computer can also be a tutee. So the computer can also be a student. How can the computer be a student? You teach the computer how to behave. The iPhone people, how do you behave with your Siri? For you to first of all understand you, you first of all have to teach it so that it will not be like, I don't understand what you are saying. So you have to teach the computer to be like you, because the computer can be sometimes dumb. So you have to make it yours. You have to make it yours. And the good thing about computers is that once you make them yours, they are yours forever and ever. And they are yours forever and ever. Right. Then the computer as a programming tool, the computer as a programmer. But even today, AI is doing this. AI is doing this. All you have to do is tell the computer to write a code for you. So those days as you go to class to go and learn how to write code, those days are over. Now what you should go to class to go and do is go to class to go and understand code, not to go and write code, because machines will always be there to write code for you. Machines will always be there to write codes for you. Right, and when we talk about a program is just a set of instructions that tells the computer what to do, when to do it, and how to get it done. Practical example is Microsoft Word. What is it? A word processing program. You can type, you can draw, you can even plot graphs in Word. But of course, that is not the right tool to use, but you can do it in it, and it's actually fun. Then Adobe Photoshop is also there for editing images. Those days we used to use it a lot. Adobe Photoshop. I don't know if we still use it, but it used to be a thing those days. Right. So like you said, a program is also a software. So a program, software, they are all the same. So people use them interchangeably. They are all sets of instructions that tells the computer what to do, when to do it, and how to get it done. Yes, Ray.
I wanted to give the definition for a program, but you My network is
Okay,
delaying. Sorry.
thank you. Right,
You're welcome, sir.
right. A programmer or a software developer is that person who had the skills or who has a training to design, to create, and most importantly, test computer programs. So a programmer is also a tester. A program is also a software developer. But don't confuse a software developer with a software designer. The designer is broader than the developer. Elsewhere, the designer is the boss. He gives the developer the architecture, the plans, how to go about it. And the developer will sort of implement the designer's ideas. Then programming tools. And interestingly, the tool is also a software. The tool is also a software. And that tool is usually what we use in the development. All of them have their own functionalities. Some are standalone. By standalone, they are on their own. They are on their own. Being it a compiler, an interpreter, an assembler, a disassembler, a load tester, or analyst. The most important thing is that at the end of the day, these tools are used to give you the best of the best in terms of software. Right. Today, we do not need to know how the computer works. All we simply have to do is that, all we simply have to know is how the computer is supposed to do whatever we want it to do for us. But we do not need, or let me rephrase it, we do not need to know the implementation details of how computers perform their tasks, unless of course you're an IT person. But to a layman, what he or she knows is that I click on this button and this gets done, or I click on that button and this gets done. Ray. Okay, Raymond. Comfort. Hello.
Sir.
Hello.
Yeah,
Okay,
sir.
so right, so you can hear me. I'm sure it was from the first side.
I
I
didn't
thought,
know.
okay,
I find it from another friend.
okay, right. So today, people, you and I, or people in general, do not care about the implementation details, how the computer gets its job done. All they know is that I click.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
I'm here, sir. You were calling my name.
I wanted to see if you were hearing me because someone
Oh,
complained that.
yes. Yes, your sound is clear.
Okay. The only people who today are concerned about the implementation details are those who study computer science, those who study ICT, those who study IT. As a program, they are the only people who are interested in the implementation details. But we, the ordinary users, we don't care. What we know is that the computer is doing what we want it to do. So when we say computer programming, it's simply the process of designing and building executable programs to do what? Achieve a particular purpose. A particular purpose. And sometimes people refer to computer programming as coding, but they are all the same. People use them interchangeably. So programming can also be referred to as coding, because at the end of the day, you are simply converting an algorithm into a programming text or a language in a programming or in a high level. Well, people also write in lower level languages, but mostly high level, the Javas and what have you. Right. One thing that you need to pay attention to is that sometimes software development can be referred to as the entire thing. So, for instance, you are building something like, say, WhatsApp. WhatsApp is quite broad. So, you cannot simply say you are developing a program. But what you are doing is you are developing a program. But these days, those things actually do not make anything. But just know that we have one, software development. We have software WhatsApp group. Yes, it's for the class. It's even on the timetable. Right. So these days, computer programmers, software designers, software developers are all interested in the same thing. But however, the difference is in the depths. And there's even another group, the software engineers. They even add engineering techniques. They even add engineering techniques to whatever the development process is all about. Then, should you want to go back in terms of whatever you are doing, we refer to it as reverse engineering. There is also the concept of hacker, someone who is skilled with computers. Of course, they use that skill for good purposes. But in some cases, you can also see them as security hackers. But why programming? Because today, the whole world is ruled by softwares. The whole world is governed or ruled by softwares. And there are at least three good reasons why you need to learn programming. One is that it helps you to understand computers. Two is that comfort, mute yourself. So one reason why you need to learn programming is that it broadens your horizons. It helps you to understand computers. Then, of course, it enables you to feel justified that, oh, I have also done something. I remember the first time I wrote Hello World in VB. I was so happy. I was so comfort. Please mute yourself. Then over number two, learning also helps you to find out how the computer behaves, what it needs. So in essence, it gives you some form of analytical mind. Why do you need an analytical mind? Because we live in a problem world. And by problem world, what I mean is every day there will always be problems. Beauty is that the computer will always be there to help us navigate through whatever problem we find ourselves. Right. And just so you know, UPSA has started computer programming as a core course. So that is one of the things. Then the computer also as a communication tool, like we are doing right now. Our WhatsApps, our Facebooks. Those days it used to be Facebook, but now it is WhatsApp. There is also Snapchat, but just that most people don't use Snapchat for professional staffs. It's mainly business. Mainly business. Right. So in terms of communication, the computer is able to send a message. The computer is able to receive a message. And the computer is also able to decode a message. Right. So that will give us the things that we need for successful communication. One is that we need a sending device, and that is the device that sends the message. We also need a communication device, the one that is supposed to connect the sending device with the communication device. Then we also need a communication channel or a transmission media. Then we also need a receiving device. A receiving device, the device on which the message you are sending will be received. Right. What are some applications that support computer communications, especially over a network? One is that we need Tim Berners-Lee. And who is Tim Berners-Lee? The World Wide Web. So, teachers, students, everybody can use email to enhance teaching and learning. Question is how? But of course, these days, email is sort of a bit archaic. Google Classroom, just like Google Classroom makes use of the email. Whenever I post an assignment, students are notified by their email. We are notified via their email. Then voice over IP and video chats, what WhatsApp is currently championing. And they tell us that it is end-to-end protected, which means when you are doing it with somebody, no other person will be able to hack onto it. Because of these things, of these days, we don't have landlines. In those days, they used to be super, super, super common, but not anymore. Because now what we get is instant phone communication. You dial, the person answers. The person misses your call, he or she calls back. But the normal landlines, if someone misses your call and you come and call back, nobody will answer. Interestingly, weekends off, you won't reach anybody because they are all home chilling. Then social networking, our Facebooks, our WhatsApps, our LinkedIn, all allows people to rapidly generate content for their followers to view. Then routing is simply used for communication. How? Internet traffic. They are routed through specific predetermined paths. And what they actually do is that they take data, which is in the form of packets, and decide on which direction it should go. Is it going to person A or person B or person C? Uses of computer communications, especially the wireless messaging services. We can use it to and from our smartphones, our cell phones, game consoles. As in, for instance, you are playing games. Sometimes they communicate. Text messaging is also there. Either mobile to mobile, mobile to email, web to mobile, or mobile to provider like MTN. You can also communicate. Then there's also what we call the instant messaging, or IM for short. The real-time internet communication. And what does it do? It simply allows mobile devices to exchange messages with one or more mobile devices, or even on online users. Good thing about this is that they come with options, either the mobile to mobile option, where a wireless instant messenger will communicate with two or more mobile phones, walkie devices. Then mobile to personal computer, where a wireless instant messenger can communicate with a mobile device or a personal computer. Then web to mobile, which simply forward messages from a personal computer to a mobile device. Then our picture or video messaging, what WhatsApp enjoys doing. And these days, you can even send pictures in their true quality using the HD mode. Using the HD mode. And this ones too, they can be sent from mobile to mobile or from mobile to emails. Then our wireless internet access point, what people call Wi-Fi or hotspot. Wi-Fi for routers, hotspot for mobile phones. And mobile phones can also give hotspots, but the number of devices is always limited between 7 and 10. And that is also dependent on the brand of phone that you are using. Mm, right. Then we also have the Bluetooth, which is also part of the wireless. Then our GPS, which is simply a navigation system. Somebody will meet you and be like, what is your Ghana Post GPS? What he or she is asking you is your longitudinal coordinate. Those days, it used to be a thing, but nobody asks for that anymore, except you are filling form. So this is how they sort of work. GPS, your coordinates, what people will say your X and Y coordinates. So that is about communication devices too. Then computer as a social learning tool, social, society, social, Facebook, social, LinkedIn, all are social learning tools. Even our Zoom, mentioned Skype here, but the last I checked, we organized a funeral for Skype. Then IMO or IMO to WhatsApp defeated it hands down. Right. So social learning tools are simply tools that we use for pedagogical and agricultural purposes. So find out the meaning of pedagogical. Oh, we just spoke about it. What we didn't speak about was the agricultural purposes. So find out the meanings of that, especially in relation to social learning. But please note that some of these tools are used in schools. Some are used in corporations or businesses. Why? Because they improve communication. Why? Because it is easy to transfer and share knowledge or information across departments. And you will realize that those days, somebody will tell you that WhatsApp is not an official platform for disseminating office information. But today, is that the case? Big no. People are rewriting their communication policies. Then also collaboration is also one of the things. And interestingly, these days we have Google Docs. So two or more people can work on the same document online. Web conferencing like we are doing right now. It's also there. And they are doing wonderful. They are doing wonderful. So they also have a document management system which provides storage and management of enterprise. Good thing is that most of them operate on cloud-based systems and they work in what we've referred to as pay-as-you-go services, where we have anything as a service, software as a service, platform as a service, and things like that. So I mentioned Google Docs. Then group where group of people work together on a project, one project. The thing is that you can even form the group. Then you assign permissions to each member of the group. We also have the voice mail. You go out there, you call somebody, the person is unable to answer. You hear a message. You have reached so and so and so. Leave a message and I'll get back to you. And in Ghana, some people's devices are like that. We call them voicemail messages. Then our blogger is here again. You can use a blog to create a site, educate people about a particular topic. Facebook is also there, and these days Facebook is actually gigging, and by gigging, Facebook now has a place that they call marketplace where you can go and buy anything at all you want to buy. Just be vigilant. If the person is not your friend, but is a friend of friend, be careful. You can get scammed. We also have the Google Hangouts. Mm, it's not really that thin. Mhm. I hardly see people using it. I hardly see people using it. Instagram, very good. People are using it here and there. Are you on Insta? Hey, anti-comfort.
Sir,
Yes. Are you on Insta? Is the question sometimes you hear. So you can all see the importance of distance learning. Mm, Irrespective of wherever you find yourself, you get to enjoy the class. No questions asked. Unlike those days that they can even sack you for, in quote, improper dressing. They can even sack you for wearing chaliwate. I used to have a professor in UCC who always comes to class with chaliwate. I think on one occasion the dean came and wanted to sack him, but because he was a doctor at that time, the dean just called him outside and they spoke and he came back. Today he's even a professor and he's doing quite well. But that is the beauty of IT. Skype is also sort of fading out, but it's vibrant in some countries. It's only in Ghana that Zoom has taken over. And even Zoom self today, Zoom is having stiff competition from Google Meet. Having a stiff competition from them. Then we also have Twitter. But today, Twitter said we should call them what? Yes, anybody. Twitter said we should call them what?
X.
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 Twitter said today they are called X. So we should
Mm-hmm.
rebrand them and call them X. Then we also have YouTube. Whatever content you are looking for, you can search for it and you get it. The beauty about YouTube is that you can also create your own channel, do your own content and post it. If you get a lot of viewership, YouTube will start paying you for that content. They will start paying you based on the number of views that you have. Then my personal favorite, learning management systems. Today, because of GTech rules, most distance learning institutions are creating their own management system. And UCC has, or Code has what they call the smart what? This smart learning? No, smart campus. We have smart campus. So for some of your classes, that is what you will be using, and it is super nice. Super nice. So like it or not, the world is changing, and whoever does not change will be left behind. And trust me, you don't want to be left behind. You want to join the bandwagon. Right. Any questions on what we have done so far? Any questions?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's Michael. You said that how computer process information, we as laymen, we can't understand. What about the technician, those who repair the computers? Did they also understand how it really works?
Right. So the computer technician, Ray, please mute yourself. Right. So his question was that we, the laymen, do not understand how the computer processes information. How about the technicians? For most technicians, or for technicians, what most of them do is sort of repair. a sort of repair. But of course, to understand the language of the computer, you have to be in quote schooled on it, not necessarily going to class, but you can also go to YouTube and learn it, and it is not difficult. It is simple zeros and ones. That is the language of the computer. So whenever you press on any key, whatever key you press on, the keyboard will simply convert it into zeros and ones or electric signals and send it to the CPU for processing. So as to whether a technician will be interested in that thing, that is what I don't know. But for computer scientists, for information technologists, for computer engineers, or for any other person reading these related fields, they will want to understand the mathematics between or behind these paradigms. Is that okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yep.
Hello,
Any more
sir.
questions? Yes, yes.
Please, my question is out of what we just discussed. Please,
Mhm.
I want to ask those who couldn't join the Zoom, how can they get the access to join later?
So, I think next time what I'll do is that I'll share the link before the class. Is that okay? Or anyone who joins can share the link before the class on the page. Is that okay?
Okay, okay, sir.
Right. Any
Hello,
more
sir.
questions? Yes.
Please, some of us find it difficult to even join the platform. We don't have the link, so we have to call people all the way from the office at UCC before they send us a link.
Hello.
So, hello, hello,
Yes, I'm
sir.
listening. I'm listening.
Yes, some of us have find it difficult. Currently, I'm at Akachi Center. Some of my colleagues couldn't join, so we are only using my phone to join. And even with this, we have to call from the office at UCC. So, is there any platform that we can be on and then have access to the link if we share it anytime?
Right. So, please, if you're not contributing, kindly mute yourself. So, those of you without the links, you can ask your coordinators. I believe timetables with the links have been sent to the study centers. However, in case you also don't have it, we'll share it on the page. There is a course page. There is a course page. So let me see if right. So I'll just share it here. You can join the WhatsApp group. Then from there, the links to the class will always be shared.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Please, the recorded one. Please, can you resend it so that those who couldn't get access or join will be able to?
I don't have access to the recording, so you would have to talk to your colleagues or you have to talk to
Okay.
Code e-learning, but I don't have access to the recording.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Sir, please, do we have a page for this particular program?
Yes, there is a page. That's the link I'm trying to share in the chat.
Okay.
So you can use that link to join the WhatsApp group. Yep.
Okay.
Right. So
Hello,
I've
sir.
shared it. Yes.
The system and system software, the hardware, which of them control the computer to perform a basic function? Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, I'm
Hello.
listening. Yes.
Yes, please, you see that they shared a PDF file that has the link to our classes, as in
Yes.
WhatsApp link. Yeah,
Yes.
most of those links has expired. Do you get it? So if we are trying to join, we are not able to join for the various courses.
I just
So
sent you another one right now to the chat. So join the class page
you
from
sent
there.
another one to where?
To the chat right now.
Sir, it's not opening. The one you just sent is not opening.
Okay,
Sir,
because most of the WhatsApp links have expired, so we are not able to join.
sir, the one you posted now is not functioning.
Yes.
That's what I'm checking.
I
Okay.
was the one on the this thing, the timetable. I
It's
guess the link
working.
is working.
I just joined. It's working.
The one on the timetable is working, but the one said just posted.
That is what I just used to join the group right now. Then share the one on the timetable.
The one on the timetable is for Google Meet. We want the WhatsApp page.
Let me see if I can share from the WhatsApp group.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
The system software and the hardware, which of them control the computer to perform a specific task?
Specific tasks. That is
Uh,
software. Softwares are
so,
designed to perform specific tasks.
thank you, sir.
Yes. So, okay, I can add. So, unfortunately, I cannot generate a group link, but I can add members. But those who are in the group can try and see if they can add.
Please, I posted the link into the chat.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Right, so have a good afternoon.
Sir,
He has left.
oh, oh, sorry. Hello,
But the WhatsApp page has been created. The one
hello,
the one that was just posted, the very last
Jifa.
link.